Hello, friends and neighbors. Stevie Coyle here, Mighty Fine Guitars Friday Noontime webcast with a Sparky Kramer guitar. Oh, checking. Just one moment, please. Make sure we've got signal. Looks like something is happening. Very good. We're swinging. All right, here it is. This is when I can show off the back first. Look at that. Myrtlewood. Myrtle. And did you hear that? This guitar is ready to rock. Doom, doom, doom. The builder is Sparky Kramer, Randy Kramer. Such a lively guitar, good heavens. And so pretty. Just look. Do my Vanna White, Carol Merrill. There's a cage match I'd love to see. Remarkable. My guest is flabbered. That's the look on my face. What a wonderful guitar. Good heavens. I'll play a little bit more while I gather my wits. Lordy indeed, David Hilliard. You can hear that? The sound is okay? Or are you commenting on the visuals? It's enchanting up this end of the world, too. Wow. Thanks for the update there, David Hilliard. Overdriving the mic. I usually don't have to worry about that with an ostensible finger style guitar. Hi, Danny Ide. Looky what I'm playing. Sparky Kramer, Kramer, capital K, small r, etc. Port Orford cedar, which is really a cypress, just to get technical. Port Orford cedar on the top, myrtlewood on the back and sides. This is one of those ones you wish you could play upside down and backwards. Look at that. Holy smokes. And the builder is Randy Kramer, Kramer from Truckee. California. And I remember meeting Sparky years and years ago at the vaunted and long and hugely missed Healdsburg Guitar Festival, which actually was sometimes actually in Healdsburg, but more frequently not in later years. And I pulled into the parking lot, and some luthier or other was loading stuff in, and I thought I'm going to get a little time off in purgatory and help this guy in with his guitars. And we loaded in his guitars and set them by his table, and I said, well, shall we go ahead and I can give you a hand setting up too if you want. And he said, no, I got to go see what Sparky's doing first. First order of business for this major dude luthier was to go over and see what Sparky Kramer was doing. You know, some guys build guitars. They sort of say, I saw this demonstrated beautifully and hugely once at the Northern California Association of Luthiers meeting, an NCAL meeting that happened right here next door in my shop. And some guys said, well, you know, I'm building this guitar, and, you know, I pretty much build, I take a hunk of wood and I carve away everything that doesn't look like a guitar, and that's kind of how I build. And other people were very scientific about stuff, and Sparky is one of those guys that goes with the... If you got a pencil nearby, you might want to write this down. If you're not familiar with the term Chladni, Chladni, Chladni patterns. Mark Blanchard helped pioneer this idea of taking a hunk of wood and setting it on a shake table, running a frequency through the table, and seeing how the top vibrates. And the way you see how the top vibrates is you pour bits of rice or pebbles or something, risotto, on the table to see how they cluster up. And then you build kind of around that, or with that in mind. That's the resonant frequency of the guitar. And you build, so I think, don't quote me on this, because I got to go look up Chladni patterns myself. I kind of know what they are. You kind of build around that. Same thing with the Troncali guitar that we featured last week, building around the Chladni patterns. So there's some homework for us all to do. Well, let me tell you a little bit about this guitar. Holy smokes. Like I was saying, Port Orford cedar, also known as Lawson's cypress on the top. Back and sides are myrtle. There is a sound port. So you get your own little monitor speaker. Fires right up at you. The science isn't completely in on sound ports, as I may have mentioned, as I'm sure I've mentioned in previous webcasts. A lot of singers, if you're primarily a singer, you may want to consider and then reconsider a sound port, because it does fire more information up at you, which may enhance your singing or get in the way of it. But it's a real consideration to make. And whether or not a sound port should be ovoid, ovaloid, or round, or which bout it should be on and where, that science is not really in yet. But it does mean you get to hear more of what happens, more of what of what happens coming out of the front of your guitar. It's so ironic that we have, as guitarists, we're sitting behind the thing, and everybody else hears your guitar differently from the way that you hear it. That's tricks. Unless you kind of do what I do with a lot of guitars and lean them back a little bit so you hear more of the face. With a sound port, you get more sound, and particularly more bass, I think. This guitar is so beautifully balanced for fingerstyle in particular. You can strum it, of course you can. Bloom in the bass. You're on the wrong track. Yes, we still love you. That's not the point. gosh, what a guitar. Makes my toes shoot up in my boot, if you know what I mean, Joe Mac. And I think you do. Scale is 25.5, so it's long scale. Will handle drop tunings very nicely. String spacing at the saddle is 2 1/4. The nut is 1 3/4. Bindings are Brazilian rosewood. Headplate and fingerboard and bridge are ebony. Inlays are pearl. Tuners are Goto 510, the open back tuners. And the neck is maple. Look at that. Golly. Come in and play it, for crying out loud. I'm in Lafayette, California. If you're anywhere in Northern California, may I suggest you do the Bermuda Triangle, as some people do. They'll hit my shop and Griffin and Eric Schoenberg's shop in Tiburon, Griffin in Palo Alto and Eric Schoenberg, all in a day, and just have a whopping good time. And here, I'm right on Restaurant Row, so if that happens, if you're part of your Bermuda Triangle tour happens midday or evening time, I'm right on Restaurant Row here. Lots of really great places to eat here in Lafayette, California. I'm afraid something dropped. Look on my face is, I know I look worried when I play sometimes. I've been told. I've thought of getting a little mask I can wear on the top of my head. My mom used to say, why don't you smile when you play? And I tried it once, and I was told I looked ghastly, just kind of randomly smiling and playing. So, lighten up. I don't know if it's at all coming through the microphone, but the way the overtones stack up on this is very different from other guitars. It's not Martin-y, it's not Gibson-y, it's not Gildy, it's none of them legacy sort of sounds. It's got its own thing going on. Sparky's a really interesting cat. Head on over to his website. There's all kinds of cool information over there. He started off doing all kinds of stuff. He was a river rafter guide for a while, did some architectural stuff, ended up playing guitar a whole bunch. Always had an interest in building stuff and making stuff, even as a little kid. Really cool website. Is it Sparky Kramer or Randall Kramer Guitars? I printed out the thing, but I forgot to indicate what the actual URL is. The Earl. Shucks, I don't have it for you. But just look up Randall, 2 L's, Randall Kramer, Kramer, and have a look at his website. This is called the Great Basin model. $8,998, if memory serves. I think that's right. Yeah, right up next to $9,000. And worth every cent, says me. 13th child a mother leads. He's come back and he's looking for something. Wonder what the Jersey Devil needs. Hey, hey, mama, better close your window. Take that peach pie off of your sill. The Jersey Devil's got a sweet tooth on him, never been known to get his fill. I thought I saw that Jersey Devil up the road and around the bend. Thought I saw that Jersey Devil dancing in his moccasins. Etc. Randall Kramer with a K. Hello, John Wittenberg. How are you, man? Do you know, it looks brand new, but it was built in 2012. Inlay description. I wish I could tell you. I'm not sure if Sparky did the inlay himself or if this was handed off to one of the local inlay experts, Harvey Leach or Larry Robinson. I will find out for you. But holy smokes, what a guitar. Come on in and play it. Like I was saying, I'm in Lafayette, California, just east of Berkeley. And if you can't come in and want to hear any of the guitars that I have in the shop here, go to mightyfineguitars.com. We can set up a session kind of like this and do a Zoomer. And you can listen to guitars that way. If there's something you're really interested in, I can ship to you. If you love it, pay for it. If you don't, ship it back and just cover shipping both directions. And we're good. I think that's it for today. I'm going to play this guitar some more. I'm going to try not to wear out the strings before you get here. But do come in when you get a chance and play some of the wonderful guitars that I've got in here. mightyfineguitars.com, all one term, mightyfineguitars.com. And I think I've got most of them up there. The ones I don't have up there yet are a Collings 000 12 fret and a Martin 000 12 fret. And I think next week what I'm going to feature is a George Gruen Versatar. Don't know what that is? I didn't either. But check it out. Next week, we'll be featuring the George Gruen, his own bad self, Versatar. Stevie Coyle here at Mighty Fine Guitars, signing off for this week. I'll see you out there on the marches tomorrow. So long, y'all. Ta-ta.